Okay, so time check. It's already 6:05 Indonesian time. Our Zoom meeting today is already recorded. So welcome to our Monday class. And I would like to welcome all of you to this newly established group. So, so with this time, I only have 7 of you: Kenshi, Catherine, Katrina, Arga, Tristan, okay, and Inda and Deborah. Okay. Hopefully, all of you will open their cameras, just like Catherine and Kenshi. Again, hoping that all of you will find time to open their cameras so the teacher can also see what you are doing. Last meeting, if you can still remember, teacher gave you a test. Okay. I have checked your works. All of you did great on the test. I only received 10 responses from the class. Okay. So Dr. Harry shared to me a new material. So we will be using it today. But the content of the material is not new to you because we have started discussing it before. Okay, I hope you can still recall. So welcome to chapter 1. And what is chapter 1 about? It talks about the
Sentence
parts,
or sentence fragment.
okay, the parts of a sentence. Okay, we will be talking about sentence or sentence fragments. What is really a sentence? Or what is a sentence? Based on our discussions before, we say a sentence has a complete thought. Okay, definition here. A sentence is a word that contains a subject and a verb and that it expresses a complete thought. Okay. Okay, take a look at this one. A sentence is a word group that contains a subject and a verb. And what do you call that verb? Because that verb is the predicate in the sentence. A predicate doesn't have to be a verb all the time. Okay? So sentence has a subject and a predicate and it expresses a complete thought. Now, when we say that a sentence expresses a complete thought, we mean that the sentence does not need any other words for it to stand alone. And also, a sentence begins with what letter? A sentence begins with,
Big letter.
okay, a big letter or a capital letter. And at the end, what can we see at the end? Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, what can we see at the end of the sentence? Since it starts with a big letter, we can see,
Punctuation mark.
okay, very good. We call it punctuation marks. Okay, it can end with a period. Okay, it can end with a question mark, and it can also end with an exclamation point. Okay, everybody, the chat box is open. I want you to give me a period. Put a period in the chat box. How does it looks like? Look, I will be waiting. I am waiting. Okay, that is the period. Okay, that's good, Catherine. How about a question mark? How does a question mark looks like? Okay, very good, Arga. How about an okay, good. And then Catherine. How about an exclamation point? What is that? Okay, good, Catherine. Okay, good, Arga. So, period, exclamation point, and question mark are examples of punctuation marks. Now, the question, when are we going to use a period? Or what kind of sentence uses a period? When are we going to use a period? If we are,
In declaration sentence.
okay, for declarative sentence. You say declarative, Catherine?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Declarative sentence are telling sentences. Okay, you're just telling, you're just stating, or you are just describing. So those are declarative sentences. Okay. Teacher will be writing that one in the chat box. So a period is for declaratives. And what are declaratives? These are telling, describing, and stating sentences. Okay, in the chat box, declaratives, it tells, it describes, and it states what the sentence is about. Now, next question. How about the question mark? When are we going to use a question mark?
Interrogative sentence.
Interrogative sentence.
Okay, for interrogative sentences. And what are interrogative sentences? These are
Like sentence to asking someone.
very good. If you are asking, okay, if you are eliciting a response, asking, you're going to use question mark. Very good, Enda. Thank you. How about an exclamation point? When are we going to use an exclamation point?
An exclamatory sentence.
Very good, Catherine. An exclamation point for exclamatory sentences. And what are exclamatory sentences? These are sentences that expresses emotions. Oh, yes? Want to say something, Catherine?
Show impressions.
Oh, yes. Okay. When you say impressions, okay, expressions, you say good morning, happy birthday. So that's the time you use exclamation point. Okay. So let me ask Deborah, okay, not Deborah, Inda to read this paragraph before we proceed to the examples.
Okay, teacher. When we say that a sentence expresses a complete thought, we mean that the sentence does not need any other words for it to stand alone. A sentence also begins with a capital letter and ends with a period, a question mark, or an exclamation point.
Very good. Now, so um, we have here examples, examples of sentences. Okay, let us first read sentence number 1. Kenshi, I want you to read the first sentence. This one, Kenshi.
Miss. Okay. Eric won 2 out of 3 games.
Okay, read it again, Kenshi.
Erica won 2 out of 3 games.
Very good. Now, Erica won 2 out of 3 games. Okay, if you look at how the sentence is written, okay, it starts with a capital letter, letter E, because Erica is a name, and aside from that, Erica is a name of a person. And next, what is the punctuation mark here, Kenshi? What's the punctuation mark? We make use of yes, Kenshi, what do you call this? Is this a period? Question mark or exclamation point? This one. Kenshi. Okay, hello. Can you still hear me?
Yes, yes, miss.
Yes, teacher.
Okay.
Yes, miss.
Okay, Kenshi. What is this one, Kenshi?
The subject.
Okay. How do you call the punctuation? This one. Is that a period, question mark, or exclamation point? Okay. Arga, how do you call that? How do you call that, Arga? This one.
Period.
Okay, very good. It is a period. Now, why is this a sentence? Because if I'm going to ask you, who won 2 out of 3 games?
Erika.
Okay, it is Erica. Now, what happened to Erica? What was said here about Erica?
Won 2 out of 3 games.
Very good. Okay, so it is complete. The subject in the sentence is Erica. Now, what the verb is? The verb here is won. Okay, you can also say simple predicate is won containing the verb. The complete predicate here is won 2 out of 3 games. So this is a sentence. Why is this a sentence? Because it is complete. It can stand alone. It has a subject, it has the verb, and the verb or the predicate in the sentence. Okay? Okay, next. We have here another sentence. And I would like Arga to read the next sentence.
Hey, miss. What a great day we had.
Okay, um what's the punctuation mark used in the sentence?
Exclamation point.
Okay, it's an exclamation point. Okay. The explanation here says the subject in that sentence is we. Okay, we have that. Okay, who had a great day? It's a we. So what happened to us? We had a great day. And the verb in the sentence is had. What is had? It is an example of a be verb. You remember is, are, were, was, had, and have. Okay, those are examples of be verbs. So that is also a complete sentence. Another one, have you read the book yet? Okay, let's go back first to this one. It says here that the subject is we. Okay, the subject is we. Is this a noun? Is we a noun?
Yes.
It's a noun.
Pronoun.
It is a
Pronoun.
it's a pronoun. Okay. We is a pronoun. It's what do you call that one? It's an object pronoun. Is we a singular or a plural pronoun?
Plural pronoun.
Yes, it is a plural pronoun. Okay, another one here, third sentence. Rihanna, thank you for being here. Rihanna, please read the sentence.
Yes, miss. Have you read the book yet?
What is the subject in this sentence?
Book.
Subject.
Oh, sorry. You
Okay, the subject is you and the verb is
have read.
okay. So have you read the book yet. So who are we talking to? We are talking to you. So that's the subject. What's the verb? Have read, have read. So it is a complete, or it is complete. So that's why it is a sentence. Okay. So we are using a question mark for the third sentence. So that's why it's an interrogative sentence. Now, for the last one, our sentence is, Rihanna, please read it again.
Okay. Hand me that pen, please.
Okay. So what kind of sentence is this? It is an imperative sentence. Imperative sentences also uses a period. But what's the difference? Imperative sentences are telling you what you need to do. Or it's telling you what you need to accomplish, that you need to follow it. Okay, so those that is what an imperative sentence is. For this sentence, me that pen, please. Our subject there is you. Although it is not clearly stated, but it is understood that in this imperative sentence, the subject is you, and our verb is hand. Not hand referring to our hands, okay? Everyone, this one, hand me, that does not refer to your hand. To hand me is, it's simply say, please give me, okay, give me that pen, please. Okay, hand me or give me that pen. So here, we have studied the different types of sentences and why the examples are all sentences. Now, a very easy activity to all of you. Let's have exercise A. Okay. Add capital letters. Okay, take note. Add capital letters and end marks to the following word groups to make them sentences. Okay. So you're going to write your answer not on the lines, but you're going to give your answer in the chat box. Okay. I have now 10 of you. Wow. Orlando, you're here, Orlando.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, very good, Orlando. Okay, and Andara, you're here also, Andara. Am I right? Naga 007. This is
Nanda, Miss.
Ananda. Ananda?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, thank you. It's not Andara, it's Ananda. Thank you. Again, an activity. Add capital letters and end marks to the following word groups to make them sentences. Okay, the first one. Okay, you have here. You will love the new theater. You will love the new theater. Okay, the red mark is here. That's the correct sentence now. What's the corrections? We need to start with capital Y because that's the beginning. Then it doesn't have a mark here. We are going to use a period. Okay, so this word group has the subject you and our verb here is love. So you will love, you will like the new theater. Take note, it's either you use a period, question mark, or an exclamation point. Okay, let's start with number one. Okay, number one. Okay, can I ask now, Ananda?
Yes, Miss.
Okay, just read, okay? You just read. Number 1, did you
see the dog with the white hair around its left eye?
Very good. I want you to read it again.
The Johnsons are planning a picnic this weekend.
Okay, Ananda, I want you to read sentence number 1 again. Okay? Number 1 again.
Did you see the dog with the white hair around its left eye?
Okay. Thank you, Ananda.
You're welcome, Miss.
Okay, so let us try to make appropriate changes for that one so that it will become a sentence. Okay, so which word begins the sentence? What is the beginning? Hello? What is the beginning sentence here? I mean, what's the beginning word? We're just going to copy that one.
Did.
Okay, the beginning word is did. Now, what are we going to do with did?
We should change the letter D to capital letter.
Yes, so that will be the correct one, the correct form now. Did you see the dog with the white hair around its left eye? Now, what and mark would be appropriate for this?
Question mark.
Yes, Inda, come again.
Question mark.
Very good. We are going to use a question mark for sentence number 1. Okay, so that is correct. Okay, that is correct. Because it's asking you if you see that the dog with the white hair around its left eye. So that one is already correct. Okay. And aside from that, kids, aside from the beginning word of the sentence, what else should be capitalized in a sentence? What should we capitalize in the sentence?
I think you.
The Okay.
For the
Everyone, number 1 is already correct. Teacher is just asking. Do not base your answer with number 1. I am just asking. What else? That means I'll stop sharing. What else should we capitalize in a sentence? What else should we capitalize in a sentence? We are going to capitalize names, right? Names of people or persons, animals, things, places. And what specific nouns are those? Nouns, proper nouns. Right?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. Yes, Tristan. Okay. We need to capitalize proper nouns in our sentence. Okay. Let's move now. Let's move now to sentence number 2. And I want Tristan to read sentence number 2.
Yes, teacher.
Tristan.
Okay. The Johnsons are planning a picnic this weekend.
Okay, please read again the sentence.
The Johnsons are planning a picnic this weekend.
Okay, so you have that one. Which word begins the sentence? Which
The
word begins
the
the sentence? It is?
the
Okay, and what are we going to do with the word the? What are we
uh
going to do with it?
change the the word T to capital letters.
Okay, that's very good. Okay, that's one thing that we need to do. And what else? What could be the appropriate mark to be used for sentence 2?
Um,
What are we going to do? Okay, so Tristan said we changed the to capital T because it's the beginning of the sentence.
yes.
Yes, that's right, Tristan. And what mark? Is it a period, question mark, or exclamation point?
Um, period.
Yeah, okay. We are going to use a period for sentence number 2 because it is just clearly stating or telling us that the Johnsons are planning a picnic this weekend. Tristan, before I end with you, why should it be capital J for Johnsons?
Um, because it's more than two.
Come again.
I mean, it's more than one. Because the
It's more than
Johnsons is
one.
more than one.
The Johnsons is more than one.
Uh,
So if I say teachers, plural, should be capital letter T? Why should we, Tristan, if you're listening to me a while ago, what should be capitalized in a sentence? It is the proper nouns. Okay? Johnson's is an example of a family name. So that's why we are going to use a capital J for Johnson's. Okay, it's a name. So we say the Johnsons with capital letter J. Okay?
the teacher.
Okay, and thank you for answering. So look at sentence number 2. This is now the correct way of correcting or writing it. And it is now a complete sentence. We still have three. We still have 3 sentences. I would like to talk to Katrina this time. Katrina,
Yes, Miss.
I want you to read sentence number 3.
Remember to do your assignments tonight. Sorry.
Come again, Katrina.
Remember to do your assignment tonight.
Yes. So I have copied it. Okay, can you give me the things that we are going to do to make it correct, Katrina?
The capital letter.
Capital what?
The capital letter.
What letter should we capitalize?
R.
Okay, capital R. And what punctuation should we use? Remember? Okay.
Exclamation.
Okay. It's just like teacher is telling you, Katrina, remember to do your assignments tonight. It is an imperative sentence. I am telling you to do your task. So what are we going to use?
Period.
Very good. We are going to use a period for that sentence. So I want you to read it again, Katrina.
Remember to do your assignments tonight.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so that is the correct way of writing sentence number 3. How about we use now the chat box for number 4? Okay, teacher will be copying the sentence. So what a fun surprise party that was. Okay, I want you to copy it, correct it, and what punctuation are we going to use? And please be ready because I will be asking you to read it. Okay. I have here Inda and Catherine's answer. I would like to talk to Catherine.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, I'll need to copy that one also. Okay, so what changes did you use or did you make, Catherine?
I changed W from word what to capital letter and add exclamation mark.
Okay, an exclamation mark because sentence number 4 is not a telling sentence. It is not also asking you. It's not an asking sentence, but it expresses or it's telling us that the party was fun. So we say, what a fun surprise party that was. So that is correct. Catherine is correct. Capital W and an exclamation point to make it correct. Very good. Okay, thank you, Catherine.
You're welcome, teacher.
Okay, let's go to number 5. Okay, so that you will be able to know what correct punctuation mark to use, please read the sentence. Read the sentence again and again and try to get what the sentence would like to tell you. If it's an expression, if it's asking you, or if it simply tells you what to do. Oh, before I move to number 5, on the chat box we have Arga and we also have Inda telling us to use a question mark. Is it because of the word what, wherein it is an interrogative pronoun? But if you're going to read the sentence, it is not it's not a question. It's not asking you, but it simply tells you. It tells you, although it's a telling sentence also, but it tells you that the party was fun. So that's why we use an exclamation point for number 4. Okay, I hope everyone got that one. Okay, I still want you to give me an answer for number 5. Has Jim called yet? Okay, I'll read it. Has Jim called yet? I'll wait for other answers. Aside from Catherine. Okay. Arga already dropped his answer here. Okay, Arga, hello.
Yes.
Okay, yes. What changes did you do in your sentence? To make it correct here. Has Jim called yet? What are we going to do, Arga?
Change
Yes.
letter H to capital letter H.
Yes, capital H for that. And what
And
else?
end with a question mark.
Okay, end with a question mark. Okay, why are we going to end with a question mark? Why question mark?
Telling.
Yes. Is it a telling? It's a question mark. Is it telling?
No. It's a question.
Okay. It is it's a question, right?
Yes.
Okay. Because it's asking you or it's asking us that was Jim already called? Okay, it's asking, so that's why we are going to use a question mark. Okay, so look at number 5. This is the correct way of writing it. By the way, Arga, why is Jim written in capital J?
Is name of a person.
Very good. Exactly. It is a name of a person. It's a proper name. It's a specific name of a person. Okay, thank you, Arga, for that. Again, everyone, how do you call this? How do you call these examples? These are all. Only Catherine is opening the camera. These are all examples of sentences. Okay? These are all sentences. And what is a sentence? Based on our discussion, a sentence has a complete thought. It can stand alone. It has a subject and it has a predicate, or it has a verb in the sentence. Okay, so we're done with exercise A. Okay, we have this one. Okay, since we're talking about a sentence, let's move now to fragment or a sentence fragment. Okay, a sentence fragment. A sentence fragment is a group of words that looks like a sentence but does not contain both a subject and a verb, or does not express a complete thought. So in other words, it is incomplete. Okay, a fragment may be a noun only or the subject only. It can also be the fragment only. So if that's the case, it cannot stand alone and it doesn't have a complete thought. And sentence fragments are common in conversation, but are generally not appropriate in formal writing or speaking. Because this is a grammar class, that's why it's also important to identify sentence fragments. Now, we have here the first example. If you simply have this one, 1, 2 out of 3 games. 1, 2 out of 3 games. That is an example of a sentence fragment. If you ask, why? Why is this a fragment, teacher? Because, do we know who won the game? Was it stated in that one who won the game? Yes or no? Yes or no? Does it state does it states there the who won the game for this one?
Oh,
No.
No.
But if we say Erica won 2 out of the 3 games, do we know who won here?
Yes.
Okay, who won the game? It is
Erika.
Erica.
Erica.
Now, what's the point of teacher? If it's incomplete, oh, we don't know who won the game. We don't know what Erica did. So, it is a fragment. But if it's complete, it has the subject, it has the verb or the predicate. I know this is very easy for you because teacher was able to discuss this one before. Okay. Okay, it's a continuation. We have here another example here for sentence fragment. Okay, can I have Catherine to read this one?
Teacher, when you get home, the word group when you get home, the word group contains a subject, you, and a verb get, but it does not express a complete thought.
Okay, so when you get home, the subject here is you. Okay, you. Our verb here is get. Okay, when you get home. So it's locking. It's hanging. So what am I going to do when I get home? What will happen when I get home? So it doesn't express a complete thought. But if you say, you call me, you have another example in here. You can call me when you get home. Again, you can call me when you get home. Okay, so that is clearly an example of a sentence. Because what am I going to do when I get home? What am I going to do when I get home?
Call me.
Okay, I am going to call you. Okay, I am going to call you when I get home. Okay, so I hope you now understood what fragments are. Fragments, it's not complete. While a sentence, it's complete, okay? It has a complete thought. We have here another exercise, and it's exercise B. Okay, so on the line provided, write S if it's a sentence, and write F if it's a fragment. Inda, I want you to read this one first.
After we go to dinner,
Okay, after we go to dinner, what are we going to do? Was it stated in that one?
what
After
teacher?
we go to dinner. After we go to dinner. Is it complete for you? Is it
No.
no? So it's not complete. So that's why the answer here is letter F. It's a fragment. So it it has we subject go and that's the verb, but it doesn't tell us what are we going to do after dinner. Or you can say I sleep after we go to dinner. I read a book after we go to dinner. I call Catherine after we go to dinner. That's the time it is complete. Because what am I going to do after dinner? It's either I sleep, I brush my teeth, I call Catherine, I study. So if there are other things that answers the question, what are you going to do? That is a sentence already. Okay, let's try. I want you to read, analyze the sentences, and tell if it's a sentence or a fragment. Okay, number 6. Catherine, I want you to read number 6, Catherine.
Okay, teacher. The sisters went home. Does this word group contain a subject and a verb? Does it express a complete truth?
Okay, let's go back to the sentence. We have the sisters went home. If I ask you, Catherine, who went home?
The sisters
Okay, what are the sisters doing, Catherine?
went home.
Okay, the sisters went home. Is that complete, Catherine?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, since it is it's complete. Is this a fragment or a fragment or a sentence?
Sentence.
Okay, number 6 is a sentence. Now, why is it a sentence? It contains the subject, sister. It has the verb went, and it has a complete thought. It tells us that the sisters went home. Okay, very good. Thank you, Catherine.
Welcome, teacher.
In that number 7, please.
Okay, teacher. The boy in her class. The answer is fragment.
Very good. Because if we are going to say what happened to the boy in her class? What about him? Do we have an answer to that one?
No.
No, that's why. Okay, that's why number 7 is a fragment. Very good. Thank you, Inda.
You're welcome, teacher.
How about Arga for number 8?
Yes, Miss. Sang a beautiful song at the concert.
Yes.
Is a fragment.
It's a
Fragment.
very good. Still a fragment. Why is it a fragment? Do we know who sang a beautiful song?
No.
No. So that is why number 8 is a fragment. Very good. Thank you, Arga.
Welcome, Miss.
How about number 9? Can we move now to Tristan again?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, Tristan, please read number 9.
Ken built the bookshelf himself.
Yes.
This is subject.
Yes, the subject here. What's the subject in the sentence?
Ken is the subject.
Very good. And what does Ken do?
Build.
Come again.
Ken will. The verb is will.
Okay. Okay, the verb here is built. Sentence or fragment?
A sentence.
It's very clear that number 9 is a sentence. Very good. Thank you, Tristan. How about number 10? Is Kenshi still around? Kenshi? Okay, if not Kenshi, Ananda.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, yes, Ananda. Can I have you for number 10?
Yes, Miss.
Yes,
What
number 10,
is
please.
fragment?
Okay, number 10 did what? Number 10 is not complete and clearly it's what's the
Fragment.
answer, Ananda?
Fragment.
It's a fragment. Very good. Okay, thank you, Ananda.
You're welcome, Miss.
Wow, okay, teacher is very happy because you were able to identify which are the sentences and which are the fragments. Okay, thank you, everyone. Now, how about we try to answer exercise C before we end today? Okay. Okay, so the following items are all sentence fragments. Okay, let us try to make it into a complete sentence. Okay, it's either we give the subject or we give a verb or we supply something or we give something to make it correct. Example, before the given example here is before you leave for the game. Oh, that's a clear, it's a fragment. So what am I going to do before I leave the game? So it says here, before you leave the game, put on a jacket. So it has a complete thought now. Okay. Let's have number 11. Deborah,
Yes, teacher.
I want you to read number 11.
Sleeps sleeps on a pillow next to my bed.
Okay. Okay, thank you for reading, Deborah. Sleeps on a pillow next to my bed. Okay, that is a fragment. Okay, it says here, this word group is missing a subject. It doesn't have a subject. Okay, who can give me a subject for this one? Just an example. Since we are looking for a subject, you can give me a name. Oh, I'm going to copy that one. Okay. Sleeps on a pillow next to my bed. Okay, it says here this word group is missing a subject. So we can simply say a subject. Our subject here is Deborah. Deborah sleeps on a pillow next to my bed. Is this correct now?
Yes.
Teacher.
Okay. Yes, we can say it's correct because it has the subject now. So what is Deborah doing? Deborah is sleeping on my pillow, on a pillow next to my bed. What does Deborah do? She sleeps. But look at how it is written. How should we correct this?
Change the letter S for sleeps to small letter.
Yeah, very good. So Deborah sleeps. Small letter S. And this one, number 11, is already correct. Okay, so you can also say, my mother sleeps on a pillow next to my bed. Okay, you can use any subject or any name. You can also say, my cat sleeps. My dog sleeps on a pillow next to my bed. Okay, so you can have or you can supply a subject to that. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's move to number 12. Number 12. Can I have Ananda to read 12?
Yes, Miss. My favorite baseball team.
Yes. My favorite baseball team. Of course, it's a fragment. Okay, who can try to give me something to make this correct one, to make this a sentence? You can give, give a verb to this one. What did you do with your baseball team?
My favorite baseball team play a ball.
Yeah, okay. Here, I'm going to write it here. My favorite baseball team play.
Plays a ball. A ball.
That one plays a ball.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, but we are going to delete that one. Okay. So this is correct now. My favorite baseball team plays a ball. Very good. Okay, you have here the verb. Thank you. Thank you, Ananda. That's correct.
Welcome, Miss.
Okay. Okay. You can also say, my favorite, Ananda is right. But, not but, Ananda is right. The favorite baseball game, that's the subject. What does it do? It plays. And another way of writing, you can say also say I watch. Oh, you can also say I watch my favorite baseball team. I now here is the subject. Watch is the verb. Okay, talking about your favorite baseball team. Okay, now. Thank you, Ananda. You're doing good. I appreciate that one. Let's move to Orlando for number 13. Orlando. Okay, if not Orlando, because we're running out of time, Rihanna.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, please read number 13.
Okay. Went to the movies yesterday.
Yes, went to the movies yesterday. I want you to give a subject for this one, or anyone who would like to give a subject to make this correct.
Me and my sister went to the movies yesterday.
Wow, very good. Rihanna is doing good. So you have me and my sister. Then what are we going to do with W? What are we going to do with letter W? It is, okay, small letter W for that one. Okay, so me and my sister, that's the subject, went to the movies yesterday. Very, very good. Okay. Okay, very good. Thank you. Thank you, Rihanna. Okay, so it's already correct now. You have there who went to the movies. It's me and my sister. What are you? What did you do yesterday? We went to the movies yesterday. Okay. So I am happy for the progress that you've shown to me. Let me take a photo of everyone. I'll take it to Dr. Harry or open now. Tristan, Katrina, Tristan. You know what? You know what? The time they're going to open your camera, it's only closing time. Next time you open your cameras, okay? 1, 2, 3, smile. There you go. Okay? We will continue our discussion next Monday. I'm happy to see all of you. Please enjoy the rest of the evening. Bye-bye. Thank you, kids. Thank you, parents. Thank you.
Thank you, teacher.
Thank you, teacher. Thank you, Miss.
So,
Thank you. Have a great day ahead. Bye-bye. Bye, Catherine. Arga, thank you.
teacher.
Bye, Katrina.